Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 111th birthday podcast of the Video Games Ahoy Podcast.
Woo!
Yeah. 111th birthday podcast. Lord of the Rings, just getting it out there nice and early. I'm your host, John O'Baggins, and I'm joined by Davagrin Took.
Hello.
And Zach Wise Gamgee.
Oh, nicely done. I thought you were going to fuck it up.
Did you plan that? Or
yeah, you thought about this, man.
I definitely did not write it down. I'm definitely not staring at it to make sure I got it exactly correct.
Davagrin Took. I think that was the best.
Well, I started off with Davwise Gamgee, but then trying to say Zachagrin Took, I was just like, there's no way I'm going to say that correctly. So
you did it the right way around.
I did the old switcheroo. It is our 111th podcast. And that seems crazy. All the ones. Does that like binary now? That's it.
Yeah, binary.
We're just gonna become a software. Just that's it. We're done.
I'm just gonna say this podcast is a social construct.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Zach?
I was just like, I'm just like always amazed whenever we hit like we hit a lot of like milestones like 50, a year, 100, all that stuff. But to be honest, I'm just always like amazed how many every time the number goes up, I'm like, we're doing another one. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And speaking of wild, that's you, our listeners. And if you haven't listened to any of our previous podcasts, they're on YouTube, they're on Spotify, they're on other places. Go and listen to them. Like Zach just said, there's 110 other episodes, as well as other episodes beyond that, like the Hall of Fame. We haven't done one in a very long time, but there are some more of those as well. Today is a special episode as well because we're going to do our predictions for the year. Now, last week I said I was going to listen to the podcast for the predictions for last year, and I did not. I have no idea who won. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the wheel, which I haven't used in a while.
Yay, the wheel!
That's if I can find it. Basically, I can't even find the wheel. My life is falling apart, basically, right now.
Oh, God.
Let's just pretend I have a wheel. Oh, wait, I got it. Okay, so...
Oh, there it is.
The person who got the most predictions right last year until I can be bothered to listen to the podcast is... Me!
Hey, congratulations, Johnny.
The fix is in.
Well done. I was going to say, that's democracy. It's not even close to democracy. That is just fucking pissing in the wind.
No, I will at some point listen to... What I'll probably end up doing is I'll listen to the podcast and just repeat the most ridiculous things that are said. Probably by me, I'll be completely honest. That's usually what
won it somehow.
But yeah. I will try. I was just ill, and like I said to you guys, I was ill, and I didn't have time, and I'm lazy. So, all right, let's talk about the news. But we are going to talk about predictions after that. It won't be as organized as Dav Gapes used to be because he had everything down to a T. Ours is just going to be three guys talking stuff, and maybe one of us will make a coherent point.
Basically 95% of all podcasts.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Awesome. Let's talk about some news first. There's not much, and we'll kind of rattle through it a little bit. Xbox and Bethesda will stream a developer direct. They've literally stolen that from Nintendo, by the way. They're just saying direct. They're just saying it now. So they're calling it a developer direct. Nintendo lawyers will be with them tomorrow morning. But they're going to stream that on Wednesday, January 25th, which is 2 weeks today? Yeah, 2 weeks today. It has been announced. According to Xbox, the event will provide fans with an inside look at some of the games coming to Xbox, PC, and Game Pass over the next few months. That includes big features, extended gameplay showcases, and the latest info for Xbox games launching in the next few months, including The Elder Scrolls Online, Forza Motorsport, Minecraft Legends, and Redfall. There is going to be a separate event for Starfield, before anyone wonders. Kind of bummed me out hearing that. I kind of just wanted Starfield to be there. I don't need to see 40 minutes of Starfield. I just want to be like, hey, the game is fine. The game's come out here, 10 minutes, go. I'm good. Xbox has been a little disappointing recently. I'll be honest. I was saying this to Callum last week, and Zach. Zach, you were last week as well, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me and Callum. And we were saying last week, weren't we, that Xbox just been really disappointing in the last year. Genuinely,
Totally.
I don't think I completed an Xbox game last year. I may have beaten a game on Game Pass, but it definitely could have gone
You
through the
saying
whole
that
year without
your
Game Pass.
Xbox Game Pass has just been kind of a waste for last year?
I would. I'd like to tally up the games that I finished.
Yeah.
And
Do you want your money back?
see, now Dav Gaper's gone, all the slander is coming up for Game Pass. He's gonna hear this somewhere, and he's gonna be here.
He's gonna lose his commission.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited. They have got some good games coming out soon, hopefully. I mean, Starfield and Redfall. I mean, like that alone will pay for most of the year. So I am excited for that. But yeah, you guys, we might even do a watch along. How about that? We might stream the event if we got time, because it is a podcast. It's a podcast night, so maybe we'll do like we'll watch it and I'll do like half an hour intro. We'll just chat shit and then do it. Maybe we'll do that instead. Maybe.
Totally.
Yeah, you guys excited about anything Xboxian this year?
They're gonna have to, like, you listed the titles that'll be in that developer direct, and nothing is grabbing me on that. So they're gonna have to work hard to garner my affections.
Are you interested in Redfall at all?
I know nothing about it, quite frankly.
Do
you want to try and pitch it to me now?
So it's arcade. Well, let me pitch it. Let me pitch you the game. It's people shooting baddies for being bad. And
been there, done that.
And they're good. And maybe they're zombies. Maybe they're not. I don't think they are. I've kind of forgotten. I think they're vampires. Anyway, there's something magical going on in Redfall, and you also have magic powers. It's made by the same people that made oh my god, I don't think they made Deathloop. I can't remember. I know it's Arcane, but I can't remember if it's the same people that made maybe it's Death. Let's just go with Deathloop. It might be right, might be wrong. So yeah, I am excited. I think Redfall will be good, and if you got Game Pass, which I don't know if you guys have. Well, actually, I think I'm pretty sure Zach has, because you got Halo.
I do have Game Pass.
Yeah, you do, because you played Halo, I remember. So I mean, it's
Do you
definitely
want
worth
to
a
know what I
try.
use it for? You want to know what I use my Game Pass for?
I don't have a really silly guess.
Purely,
I
over the
wanna
last few
know.
months, purely to play Minecraft.
That's amazing.
Like that's the whole reason that I have it, and I think that's a bad investment.
Hang on, can't you I think I still have Minecraft.
Don't tell me why this is a bad idea, please.
Like 8 years ago, I'm sure I bought Minecraft, and I'm sure it probably still works if I booted it up. Why are you monthly paying for it?
I just really enjoy that, Zach, you just play Minecraft, because when I used to teach, all the kids were like, I'm playing Minecraft. So I just really enjoy you going around like kicking kids' asses in Minecraft.
I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely horrible at it, but that's what kind of makes me like it. It's like it always makes me want to. I don't know. It's very chilled.
That's good.
I don't have to think very
Very
much, which is very good for someone who can't think very much.
Dishonored and Prey. Thank you, Dav. I knew it was. I didn't think it was Deathloop. I was trying to say Dishonored and Prey. There we go. Prey's the one. Actually, I was going to try and play. I was going to. Oh god, I couldn't even get my words out then. I was going to try and play Prey recently.
Hey, Prey.
But so many games come out towards the back end of last year, and I was like, just so much Persona, man. Just so much Persona. But yeah, Xbox Bethesda Developer Direct, sponsored by Nintendo, coming in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. Okay, guys, I want you to tell me, what do you think made the most money out of video games, music, and home video in the UK?
Oh, video games, definitely.
Yeah.
For the
It's
11th
been there for a while, hasn't it?
11th year in a row, it says that video games accounted for 42.1% of total entertainment revenue. It doesn't say what the other two are, sadly. Well, I guess the rest, to split that by the rest. I think, what's probably going to be higher, music or films? Films, right? Because music is
film will be
streaming,
higher. There's bugger all music, money in music anymore.
Yeah, who
Since
buys
Spotify.
albums? Like?
Yeah, since Spotify, it's why everyone's like panicking and all musicians going like, buy my album on Bandcamp, but don't stream it, please.
Yeah.
You know?
How have you I know this is a complete like off the topic thing. Based on our conversation we had just before we started, by the way. Have you guys seen Avatar yet? The new one?
Nope.
I haven't seen Avatar 1.
It was
Yeah.
surprisingly very good.
Oh,
I was
I'm glad.
actually quite shocked by how good it was. So I did contribute to the film industry this year by going to see
done.
Avatar. It was genuinely very good. Like,
Did you dig out your 3D glasses?
no, so I went to see it with Rosie and Rosie's mum, and neither of them liked 3D. So I was kind of outvoted, and I was like, I kind of want to go and see this. They don't want to see it in 3D though, so it was kind of like, okay, let's just go.
Compromise.
Let's go and see it in compromise. It's a good film though. I'm really genuinely quite surprised, and it's weird because like there were stakes, and whenever you go see big action films these days, mainly MCU stuff, there's never stakes. It's always burgers, and you know.
Well done.
But yeah, thanks, Dad. But yeah, video games just conquering the world, or at least the UK for the 11th time in a row. Johnny must have been playing Persona in the cinema while watching that. No, I genuinely really, 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 really enjoyed. It was good. I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it.
Is it $18 bazillion good or whatever it was?
Well, I think it's like the 7th best, not selling, highest grossing film of all time now. It's creepy.
Yeah, but come on, that means nothing.
No, it means absolutely nothing. No. It means nothing at all.
Absolute jack shit.
Here's a question. Here's a prediction. Because I just picked from my brain as we were talking about films. The Mario movie. Okay, here's a prediction to start off with. Do we think the Mario movie will crack the top 10 highest grossing films of all time?
No.
Zachary. Dad's just like, no.
Absolutely not.
I think it might,
I think it might as well.
Top 10 films of all time. No way.
In terms of talking about highest grossing,
yeah.
I think it could. I really think it could.
Right.
Can I just say,
is the Lego movie in that top 10?
Jurassic World is in the top 10.
Yeah,
see, this is depressing.
Yeah, I saw the top 10 like 3 days ago, and like half of them were MCU films. A good chunk of them were actually James Cameron films, actually, because I think he had both Avatar films and Titanic. I already have money on being in the top 10. Bondos has got it. Yeah, I think it might be in the top 10. I just think that everyone's gonna. I think kids are gonna go see it, and I think our generation are gonna go see it.
Yeah,
and that's a lot of people.
A lot of people. I think it might break the top 10. But who knows?
See.
It's a prediction.
I mean, I don't want to see it like at all. I might see it.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
I don't need to give money to that. Like, come on.
I still say it in the house whenever like just Rosie's like we're in the kitchen or something. I just go Mushroom Kingdom, and she just like fuck off. Just
it's to me, Mario.
Lion King is in the top 10. Cars nailed it again. Yeah, Lion King is.
Is
also,
it?
It is in the top. Not the original, the newer one. The worst one.
The new Lion King is in the top 10.
Should we stop a sec? And should we just double check what is in the top 10 highest grossing films? We've really gone off topic, but I don't care.
We really have.
We're not a movie podcast.
Top 10 highest grossing films of all time. Here we go, everyone.
Go on.
So, in number 10 is The Avengers. Number 9 is The Lion King. The newer one. Oh, wow. 1.6 billion. It knocked, like, the Lord of the Rings films are way down the list now.
Oh, God.
I mean, Frozen 2 got 13. I think he's got a good chance. Lion King 9, Jurassic World 8, Avatar Way of Water 7, Spider-Man No Way Home 6, Avengers Infinity War 5, Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens 4, Titanic 3, Avengers Endgame, and then Avatar is sitting pretty at the top. 2.9 billion it made. 2.9 billion doll hairs.
That's ridiculous.
Dav, what I love is you were so like dumbfounded by that whole thing. I thought you'd like Frozen. Like you.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like. I love films. Okay, I did a degree in filmmaking.
You did,
and it's as if there's a whole separate industry of film. It's like there's like a parallel world of film that I just don't even acknowledge.
Yeah,
you know, and it's just so weird to hear that those films can make that much money, and I'm just like, I know nothing about that shit. You know, clearly my finger is not on the pulse. of something that I actually genuinely love and I'm quite passionate about.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is mad because this is really going off topic, but there was a really big conversation about how basically most films these days can either be big blockbuster, small indie film. Like the middle films have kind of evaporated. That the Shawshank Redemptions is kind of, they're not really a thing anymore. Which is kind of sad, unless you've got big backers. Anyway, we're not a movies podcast. Maybe we'll be by next week. Who knows? When the
just one last thing though. Okay, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That's the film. That is the best film.
That's very good
at the moment. Yeah. That is the best fucking film. There we go.
Dav Weeks approved. All right, moving on. Talking about films, the first reviews of HBO's TV adaptation of The Last of Us have started appearing, and they're wildly positive. Variety calls the show a promising moving zombie saga, stating, "What works about The Last of Us works well enough that one sees the near future in which the show winds up among television's best." Now, quite shocked at that. Actually, I'm not shocked at that because I kind of thought it had a chance of being the best adaptation, but it really is being considered as the best TV film adaptation. And I think the difference is we've had other really good adaptations previously. I think is it Edge Runners, Cyberpunk Edge Runners? That's actually been really good. And there was another one that came out last year on Netflix that Carl told me to watch. I can't remember what it is though. And apparently that was really good as well. I think this is the one that's going to be I think is going to generate the people who don't play video games attention. And I think that's probably why it'll be the most successful adaptation of a video game, because I think anyone that watches Sky is oh, it's The Last of Us. It could just be another zombie TV show, but it's got really good reviews. I think it's 84 on Metacritic. Arcane, that's the one. Thank you. That had really good. But yeah, mad. I think it's 84 currently on Metacritic, which is very good for TV shows. Very good. I think Andor, which is one of my favorite shows of last year, only a 73 or something crazy like that. And I know scores on everything, but it's impressive for a video game TV show adaptation. Right, okay, let's get into the preditties, okay? We're going to talk about the predictions, okay? We'll start off with Nintendo, okay? As I said earlier, I'm nowhere near as organized as Dav Gape. I have not prepared a single thing other than the word Nintendo. Okay, that's all I've got for you. I just need you to tell me some predictions that you think that Nintendo might have this year. I've got a list of things. What I'll do is I've got some list of things, and then we'll put them out there, and then you can tell me, yeah, that'd be good, whatever. Okay. So I got maybe we see a Donkey Kong game, a new Mario game because of the film,
okay.
Star Fox. F-Zero.
You think Star Fox?
Oh no, I'm just throwing these at you. I'm just saying
you're throwing
maybe.
away.
Metroid. Question mark. Switch 2.
Yeah, I've got Switch 2 with a new Mario game on my list.
Is that? Do you have a list? I don't even have a list.
Oh, I have a list. Oh,
I haven't even checked it twice. Who's naughty?
No, I definitely think with Tears of the Kingdom coming out, I feel like
there'll
it's
be a
gotta
performance
be on its
boost.
way. It's been 6 years since we've heard. No, well, we had Bowser's Fury, I guess. Which does that count as a mainline
no.
Mario game?
I mean,
that was a bolt-on to a 3D World.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
not a mainline
I would
game.
consider 3D World to be a mainline Mario game, but I wouldn't.
But it was a
consider
re-release.
Yeah,
But it's before Odyssey.
Yeah. I mean, Odyssey was so fucking good as well.
I know.
Yeah,
I think there will be a new Mario game getting announced, and I don't think it's going to be Odyssey 2. I think it's going to be something else.
Do you think
I agree.
2D?
They're going to start a new thing.
Do you think there'll be a 2D platform game? We haven't had a new 2D platforming game for Mario, ignoring the Mario Maker series for a second, since Mario Deluxe U, and the year of Luigi is this year, which means that Mario Deluxe U Luigi would have come out 10 years ago. So it's over 10 years since we had the last 2D Mario game, ignoring the Mario Maker series. Do you think we'll see, maybe that's what we see?
I think it's open world.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think. I don't know why I have the hunch that it's not going to be a 2D. I think maybe they'll stick with a slightly hybridized version of the two. I just feel like as the 2Ds have gone forward, they're just kind of like softly merging 2D and 3Ds together.
Yeah.
Do you think then that they use Bowser's Fury as like a
bridging point?
Yes. So the next game will essentially be Bowser's Fury, but way bigger.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but with like the scale and ambition of Odyssey,
like
something huge.
So like Odyssey, but like in terms of like size of the map, like Breath of the Wild. That would be pretty cool, to be fair. And what happens if you have a Mario Kart, okay, and you've got to drive...
Connecting you between
all the worlds, and you've got to literally drive around between... Oh, I want that game now.
Okay, can I... I'm really sorry to just toot my own horn here, but it sounds very close to a Mario MMO.
Yeah, but you didn't say that was happening this year, Dav.
Hey, I just fucking Nostradamus that 2 years ago? Look, it's coming, boys.
Yeah, it's
and
coming.
we can see the footprints.
Yeah, no, there's
in
seeds being
snow.
planted. Yeah, there's
there
seeds
we
being
go.
planted. I did this to myself the other week in the chat, actually, when I said I really want a Lord of the Rings game, and then like I spent the next day being like, fuck, that would be so good. There was like just a Lord of the Rings open world game where you could ride from Rohan to Mordor and like kill.
There was one, wasn't there?
But like I know, but I think that was Shadows of Mordor, wasn't it? You were just in Mordor.
No, there was a Lord of the Rings online.
Oh, there was, yeah, the online.
But
game,
I think it was shit as far as I'm aware.
It wasn't very good. Nostradamus is back. Nostradamus. That was I enjoyed that. That was fun. All right, so we all think that a new Mario game is going to come out this year.
I think it.
Do we think that the Switch 2 is going to come out this year, or do we just think that it's going to be announced this year?
No, I don't think either of them come out this year. I think they get announced.
Oh, you think they get announced this year? Okay.
Oh, yeah, definitely announced. Yeah.
They're going to hype it up for a while.
I kind of agree. I don't think a Switch 2 would come out this year. I do think rumblings of a Switch 2 will definitely come out, and maybe we'll get the next Switch console... it's coming soon next year, because it is kind of sad, but it is coming to the end. It's coming to the end. I was saying to Rosie the other day, I think it might be my favorite console of all time. I think I've gotten the most joy from my Switch, and I never thought I'd say that. Out of all my consoles as well, like I genuinely think it's given me the most joy. I think I put the most hours into it as well, which again I never thought I'd say. All right, cool. So anything else from Nintendo? Do anyone reckon we'll get like an F-Zero or Star Fox?
I don't know. I mean, if there was an F-Zero, I can't imagine there being much hype about it. But this might be the year we get Metroid Prime.
There has to be a Metroid update, at least, surely.
Yeah, come on. They've been talking it for so long now.
Was it like 2019? We discussed this the other day. 2019. That's 4 years ago now that they rebooted the game.
Must be here soon, because we know they're working on it.
Yeah,
we know it. And it just seems so odd that it's not happened. So I think it might just be like not quite a shadow drop, but it's like coming out in like next month, and everyone will go, oh my god!
I do think that Metroid Prime 4 probably comes out on the Switch 2 now. I think it's been pushed back so long. The Switch is coming to the end of its life. I think they're just like, look, just push to the next console. We'll make it cross-platform like we did to Breath of the Wild, and
maybe
I think it'll be the end of the Switch's life and the start of Switch 2. Anything else? Anything else you want to say about Nintendo? Any predictions?
I have a couple. Go. I think I have for Nintendo. I said that it's going to be a quiet Pokemon year, so we're not going to hear anything about any Pokemon.
People will be fuming.
I think the new game is going to keep people going for a while. So I think
we're poker saturated, to be honest.
Okay, well that's the title.
And I also think that Tears of the Kingdom is gonna do something I don't know what. It's gonna do something that's gonna get people really mad about SJW stuff. Like I think people are gonna get really upset because they do something vaguely modern.
They do,
and people are gonna get angry.
They've gone broke because they went woke, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like what I'm saying.
Okay.
No.
It could even be just like being able to play as Zelda at some stage.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Whatever it is, there's going to be some small thing like, I don't know. They're going to make it so that Link is like androgynous, like more androgynous. you know, because like
Oh, Link's gonna come out as non-binary, and everyone's gonna fucking flip their lids.
something
Oh my
like that.
God.
I just feel like I just it might even be something that's like totally innocuous that they don't even like, just something that's like vaguely implied, and I think people are gonna get mad about it. Anyway, I think that's all I thought for Nintendo.
I really enjoyed how that was one of them.
What's that?
I just enjoy how one of them was like Rage. I just really
Yeah,
enjoyed
yeah.
it.
Oh,
It'll be
no,
Rage. It's the
all of-
safest prediction that Rage will come in the video game
Totally.
industry.
Totally. All of my predictions are like insanely pessimistic.
All right, so that's some pretty. I mean, with regards to Tears of the Kingdom, actually. Oh, here's a question: do you think that Tears of the Kingdom will review as well as Breath of the Wild?
Yes.
I'm not saying 97 on Metacritic, but you know, like, do you think it'll be like mid 90s?
90s. Yeah, 92.
100%.
Okay.
Even if it just literally copied Breath of the Wild, it'll get that score.
Yeah, I know. I'd give it 100 if it just did that, to be honest. And all the cool things you could see in the trailers that we've seen with them going through. Oh man, I'm so excited. Very, very excited. Okay, let's move away from Nintendo. We've got our preditties for Nintendo. Let's move on to Sony. Do you get when I was like looking at Sony's best games or biggest games, I actually realized that most of them have released recently. Like most of the big ones, you know, we've had The Last of Us Part 2 and a re-release of Part 1. I know we're getting the multiplayer factions. Is that what it's? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that right? I can't remember.
Factions, yeah, I think so.
Factions. Okay, maybe we'll get that. How about Uncharted though? Do you reckon we'll get an Uncharted game? Last one 2016. They said they put it to bed. No, last one was 2018. But
I don't know. I can't help but think that Uncharted has just kind of died and it's just fizzled out, and I'm fine with that. And I think everyone else probably is fine with that, aren't they?
I think
they did the movie finish.
Yeah.
Are they doing another movie, or did it?
They probably will now because the first one did so well.
Did it?
It did really well.
Really?
Yeah,
that
it did.
surprises me.
It was a very fun. I want to switch my brain off film.
Fair.
Kind of wanted more than that. I kind of wanted it to be like a modern day Indiana Jones, which it kind of wasn't. But I mean, as soon as they announced the casting, I was like, oh, okay, this isn't going to be serious. You got Mark Wahlberg there just pulling like confused faces all the time. It's like, what? Just that was it. That's what he did. Anything else? So, like I said, the one that kept coming to was Uncharted because we haven't really seen or heard anything about it in a while. I know they've been busy making The Last of Us stuff. Maybe
I put The Last of Us factions coming out November. That's what I've predicted.
There was a leak during the week that was a third-person shooter that was apparently a Sony game. So
interesting.
Maybe we get a third-person shooter. I know they've said for a while they want to bring out some more games as a service stuff. Maybe that's what it is. Is anything wild from Sony? Sony always. I feel like they might have a quiet year.
They've got
Spider-Man
coming out. Isn't that them? And Spider-Man.
Yeah, they quite by quiet year. I mean more that like they've kind of already announced what games they've got coming out this year in terms of Final Fantasy. They've potentially got another Final Fantasy game coming out in December, and they got Spider-Man 2. I feel like they could just like season a few more games around that, and I don't think they need to announce anything big because they could just build up towards those. I can't really think. Maybe we'll see Wolverine stuff, which actually is I'm very interested in because that's going to be gruesome as.
Is that Sony? Is it?
That is Sony, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Surely we've got to hear about something from there as well around the sort of Spider-Man thing. Maybe there'll be a crossover, some DLC or something with the two games because they'll be building it in the same engine, I guess.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima 2 announcement. That is a good shout.
That's a good shout.
That's an interesting
fucking love the first game. I think they've already said they're making a second game. I think they've kind of hinted that they're going to make a second game. I loved that game. Like, I was shocked by how much I liked it. Because it's very just classic open. I say classic open world. It is just it touches so many of those tropes, but it was fucking beautiful.
They did it so well.
Oh, it was gorgeous, and it was really nice to be in Japan. I know that sounds weird, but like, just it's so often you'd be like in a random place like European inspired. And it's just nice to be in Japan. Like
It really was. Like it's weird because like I feel like Edo period Japan is a really common setting for a lot of games, but when I think about it, I can't think of many where they just do it naturalistically. You know, you always see kind of like fantasy versions of it, or mystical versions of it, or you know, with deities and monsters and whatever. Very rarely do you see a version of like
a gritty, realistic take.
Yeah. You know, something that is more akin to like a samurai movie as opposed to something like Dynasty Warriors, which is just, you know, over the top craziness.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's a really good shout. That is a really good shout. And I'm trying to think, the people who made Siphon Filter, they did Days Gone, I think. And do you think, basically what I'm trying to say is, do you think the Sony's going to try and preempt the Activision deal by being like, right, we've got to make a big first-person shooter game and make that as big as possible? Do you think they could bring something like Siphon Filter back, or
are they playing those kind of games?
Say again?
Yeah, are they playing those kind of games? There's such a long, like time scales on these games. Like, I never know if they can actually do anything like that quick enough. Compared to like just for business strategy.
Oh, that's it. Bend Studios. That's the one. That's what I'm thinking of. Thanks, Dav. One thing we haven't kind of mentioned is the VR, because obviously that is coming out.
That's going to be a big one, I think.
I kind of have I was saying to Callum last week, because Callum was talking about the VR and he's a little bit nervous about it. I am also kind of nervous of the VR. I think it's going to be really good, but I'm just really worried there's not going to be as many games. Like I kind of want it to be good. I guess my prediction is, I don't think Half-Life Alyx is going to come this year, which might put a lot of people off buying a PlayStation VR. That would make me want to buy it, because it's the only way I could realistically play it. My PC is not good enough to play that game. So if they did, I'd be way more inclined. But I think it might not come this year. That's my prediddy.
I feel when it does come out, I think it's going to be the best chance we have at making VR accessible and taken seriously. Like, because they've done their prototype, they've learned a lot from it. I'm sure if they can't do it with VR2, I think it's just going to be a lost medium.
Okay, or at least for consoles for a long time, because Microsoft don't want anything to do with it, and Nintendo just like just stick a cardboard box on it, you're fine. That's really.
I love Nintendo's approach to VR.
It's amazing.
Love it.
It's amazing.
Like, well done. It's like, we're gonna do literally the opposite. We're gonna do it so bloody lowbrow.
Yeah, and you're gonna love it, and everyone's gonna buy it.
I fucking love Nintendo for being so stupid like that. It's so adorable.
Right. Well, so let's move on to Microsoft. Okay, we got Microsoft's a weird one, because we've not heard about any. Like, they've basically been radio silent for a long while. I know they've got their Direct coming up soon, and hopefully we get a lot of games coming out. I think the last thing we had that was meaty was in summertime, when they said these games are coming out in the next 12 months, and there were a couple of things on there. I think Hollow Knight Silksong was on that list, which is a big thing, obviously.
Yes, please.
But I'm talking like pure Microsoft games, not third-party stuff, like pure Microsoft stuff. Other than Starfield and Redfall, do you think we get much from Microsoft this year?
Not a clue.
I know there's other things as well. I know they got Horizon and they got a few other things coming out too. But like, do you think?
I don't know, like how. I'm not convinced that having Microsoft specific or Xbox specific games is going to really be their priority going forward, quite honestly, because they've bought every bloody company now. You know, they don't need the stress of doing something exclusive for them anymore, because they're making their money whether or not they do it exclusive or not. I don't know if they're going to prioritize that kind of thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being naive.
I don't have any Xbox, any Microsoft on my predictions, because I actually can't It didn't even occur to me. I didn't think of a single game that falls under there.
So I've got a couple. So I was gonna ask you guys, do you think we'll see or hear anything about Perfect Dark?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. Resounding no. This was actually brought up recently. There was a lot of rumors that everything had reset and gone back, and they were debunked pretty quickly. Fable. Do you think we'll hear anything or see anything from Fable? Considering that they were so like comprehensive, like nope, that's all bullshit.
No.
I mean, when did Fable go into development? Was it like 3 years ago now?
I can't help but feel just nostalgia is not what Xbox do.
No.
I just don't feel it. Like everyone's going to be excited for Nintendo games because of the pedigree. People are going to be excited for Sega games. I know they go on all consoles now, but because of pedigree. I just don't think Microsoft have that kind of relationship with culture.
I mean, it's hard when you buy everything up, really. It's just kind of like, I gotta buy everything. To be fair...
That G says Halo Story DLC. I don't know if there's many in that.
I really enjoyed Halo, but I'm not sure I go back to it now. I say really enjoyed. I did enjoy playing it. It was fun. It was goofy, and but I don't think I would go back to it now. But
you talking about Halo 1 or Halo Infinite?
Infinite.
Right. Yeah.
It was good. It was good, but I think I don't think I'd go back. I mean, realistically though, like I would kind of disagree with you, Dav, in terms of like Fable for me, because Fable was actually the reason why I bought my Xbox console in the first place in like 2001. Fable is the one game in fact Bondos showed me Fable in like when we were friends back in school, and he was like, oh, look at this game coming out, and I was like, that looks awesome, and I bought an Xbox because of that. But I do kind of tend to agree in terms of like, I mean, what they've got Starfield coming out this year. Like, do you reckon we'll hear anything about like the next Skyrim?
I mean, is it in develop? I feel like it was in development like 5 years ago, and we heard like some rumors, but I feel like we never. Are they always like this with the Elder Scrolls series?
I mean, realistically, I saw someone say the other day that video games take about 7 years now on average to make.
It's been 12 years.
Well, but then if you think about Bethesda in particular, they made Skyrim, then they made Fallout, and then they've been making Starfield. And Starfield is like, if you take Starfield out, maybe the Skyrim would have come out sooner, but like Starfield looks like one of the most demanding games I've seen. Like I saw the amount of like lines of dialogue in that game, and it's like twice as many as Skyrim was.
That's the thing is like, I actually think if you're gonna, if you're moving on to Starfield, I'll be like, yeah, definitely do that. I don't need you to make the next Elder Scrolls game personally. I'd kind of rather you go and do something different, to be honest. I guess maybe most people don't feel that way. I don't know. Do people really want the next Elder Scrolls? Are they like super?
I think people would be. I think some people will be disappointed that they have to buy an Xbox or get Game Pass now, because like I think that was my old problem with like the acquisitions in general. Is like when big companies start getting bought up, you are basically saying you have to buy this console to play it, and no, I don't know, but that is the reason. I mean, the guys actually mentioned it in chat. Why do we think the Activision merger will go through? And I think it will go through. I think there might be, based on everything that's been said, I think there will be a lot of like concessions and stuff. But I do think it will go through this year. I think it will. But I don't know. My prediction I've got for this upcoming year is more acquisitions, and it makes me so nervous. I really don't like. This is just me personally. I mean, in the case of Activision, like it's dampened at least because they are, as Dav Gabe says in the chat, they are so despicable as a company and they are horrible to their staff. And Microsoft has announced recently, I think, or at least said that a couple of their companies are unionizing and stuff, which is great, awesome. But yeah, I don't know. It just makes me nervous because if I don't know. Yeah. Acquisitions.
I think that's very reasonable.
That is, maybe we'll get more this year, and I'm not sure I want them. Third-party games. Let's move on to that. Any third-party games? Do you reckon you'll see anything from GTA 6? That'd be a big one.
That was on my mind. GTA 6 is getting announced before the year is out.
can I just say as well? Apparently, do you remember when GTA 6 leaked, or the whole stuff was
Yeah.
leaking? Because I actually saw quite a bit of it because it was unavoidable on Twitter. If you go on Twitter and you just looked at anything that was video game related, you'd see a video or something. It was kind of mad how apparently that got leaked. It apparently got leaked through Slack. Just people sending videos to each other on Slack whilst they were working from home, which is insane. Has Dav Weeks frozen for you, Zach?
I'm here.
Oh no! Oh, Dav, you're back. Okay, you'd frozen in a very sexual way, like you were just quaffing your hair. It was very arousing.
No, I was just holding my hair with my hands just to see what reaction I would get.
But yeah, GTA 6. Do you think we will hear? Do you think we'll see something? Do you think that they'll be like, right? Yeah, this is the game. It's coming out next year.
I think there'll
feel
be a
like
teaser trailer.
Do you reckon?
Just the teaser. You're not going to know anything about the characters, the gameplay, or the story. It's just going to be a teaser, and everyone's going to try and dissect every fucking pixel of it.
I don't know. After the leaks this year, I feel like it's going to be pushed. I think it'll be 2024 before we hear anything.
Do you reckon
wow.
because of what happened with the leaks and stuff?
Kind of. Well, or at least that's going to be the narrative that we hear. I mean, I don't know.
I'd like to think GTA 6 is going to be shown this year, purely because I think actually the fact they're doing apparently they're doing like a Bonnie and Clyde type thing, I think is fairly cool. And especially because, as Zach has already pointed out, gamers got really mad because there was a woman you played as a woman who was doing horrible things, and women don't do horrible things apparently. Which it really annoyed people, which I thought was really, really funny. So I hope they announce it, and I hope they announce that she's the main character as well, because that would also be doubly funny.
Which was my favorite one was when they showed an image of Aloy from Horizon, and it was like a close-up image with a backlight, and so you could see like a little bit like she has hair on her face.
Oh shit! There's some. I think I know what you're gonna say.
And everyone was like, "Women don't have. She's got a beard. That's gross."
Oh, yeah.
And then everyone was like, "Oh, so you actually have never been close enough to a female human being to know that that's exactly how it works." And I just thought that was so great. That's so funny.
That's such a delightful Ben Shapiro moment where he just incriminates himself.
Yeah,
that's
just
it was totally a Ben Shapiro moment.
It
yes,
was.
exactly.
That is a perfect shout.
Yeah.
But no, I saw that because then someone else be like, "Oh look, I can do it even better," and I think they showed like a face full of makeup on her as well. I was like, "What the hell is wrong with you people? This is insane." But maybe GTA 6. I do think we'll see that. I've got two other. Do you guys have any other third-party stuff that you think we might see? I've got Metal Gear might make a comeback.
Oh, interesting.
There were rumors for a while.
The only thing I can think of is that Final Fantasy 16 is going to be considered one of the best ones.
I agree.
I think it's going to be one of the highest rated Final Fantasy games in the series.
I agree. I actually completely, utterly agree with you. In terms of new Final Fantasy, I think it's going to be like the return to the late 90s, early 2000s Final Fantasy, where it was like must play. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too.
Davgabe says, will Final Fantasy 7 Remake 2 come out this year? So they did say said winter 23. Oh no, they said next winter. They specifically said next winter, and next winter could technically be December all the way through to February next year.
Yeah.
So I'm more inclined to think next year. I would bloody love it if it comes out in December. I would if I got to play Final Fantasy 16 in summer and Final Fantasy 7 Part 2 in December, I would be one happy boy. One happy boy. Yeah, anything else on third party, guys?
Well, Bondos saying, will there still be no word on Silksong?
We kind of mentioned Silksong earlier. It has to come out, doesn't it? It was in that Microsoft's 1 year thing.
Yeah, I think it has to come out.
These games are coming out in the next year, and it was in there, so kind of has to.
Pretty much.
Top of my list says Silksong gets postponed.
That's really funny. Yeah. All right, so the final kind of thing is any films or TV shows. Do you reckon there's any more adaptions announced? We've got Gears of War was announced recently. Batista wants to play, and I'm totally behind that, by the way. What else have we got? We got The Last of Us coming out. That's obviously been done for a while and coming out soon. Any other films and TV shows you'd like to see? Do you think we might get a Zelda?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have two bold predictions for TV or movie adaptations from video games. One is Diddy Kong Racing, the movie.
That would be amazing.
And another is Golf Story. There's just going to be an adorable animation about golf players.
That's really interesting, especially because like Sports Story has had really bad reviews, but Golf Story had really good reviews. Maybe they just ignored the sequel. That never happened.
Never happened.
Do you think Adam Sandler is going to play the lead character?
It's going to be Happy Gilmore. He's just going to like, get in the hole! Why don't you want to go home?
Happy Golf Story.
Golf Story.
Untitled Goose Game, the movie. Untitled Goose Movie.
Untitled Goose Movie. Oh, you know what? Aardman would make that, wouldn't they?
They freaking would make that. Oh, they would. And I'd love it. Because you just have to... It's just... Oh, that was the best part. It was so good.
Aardman could make a really good Untitled Goose movie.
Untitled Goose movie.
That'd be really cute.
Okay, I might have to add that as the title of the show now. Goose movie.
It's a bold prediction, and I'm here for it.
It is. We're here for bold predictions. That's what we like. The bigger, the bolder, the better.
Yes.
Anything else? Skull and Bones just got delayed. It did. I saw that. That was also very funny. Skull and Bones has been delayed. Just
game, give up. Just bloody give up. All right, guys.
Game never comes out. It's just always going to get delayed. And every time anyone asks about it, it's like, what? I don't know what game you're talking about. And then it's going to move.
Okay, here's my prediction. There's going to be a documentary out about how this game will never be released. Akin to Lost in La Mancha about Terry Gilliam never making his Don Quixote movie.
That's amazing. That is, oh my God. That's brilliant. I love it. That's it. So that is it from our predictions. It's a lot more of a loose form predictions this year than last year. There are some genuine good shouts and less. Actually, there was not actually that many nonsensical things said, which I'm quite surprised. I'm more surprised by that than the predictions actually. But yeah,
with that in mind, I do have one more.
Go, Zach.
Yes.
Star Wars Survivor is going to be mediocre. I had a little rant last week for anyone who didn't listen.
You did have a
rant about Star Wars Survivor.
Yeah.
Or whatever the first one's called. Star Wars
Jedi Fallen Order.
Fallen Order.
You did have a good old rant.
It was very fun to listen back to that one.
It was quite funny. It was quite funny because I did like the game, but you were just tearing into it.
Well, do you know what it was? I'm not even that mad about it. I just like got kind of carried away because I was just getting myself worked up about the fact that I spent 3 hours playing it. I don't get those 3 hours back.
Did you get to make your lightsaber? I can't remember if you get to make it that early on.
No, but that sounds dumb.
Oh, David G there going, I hate you.
Yeah. Is there anything that you want to add? Like anything at all, predictions wise? You want to add anything you want to throw out there? Final. We got Zach's final Jedi Survivor is going to be pants.
Okay, I'm going to chuck one final one. There'll be a brand new console entering the market from another company.
Sega.
Like I don't know, just maybe a tech startup.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds very likely.
They're going to bring out a new console and it'll get people very excited.
And then will it flop hard or will it go hard?
Well, I think that'll be a prediction for next year.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, I like that. Zach, what are you going to say?
No, that's a good way. That's a good place to end.
Okay.
Good place to end.
Flop or not? That's what we'll find out next year.
Flop or not?
I was going to talk about games we've been playing, but we've been doing this for an hour already. I think Dan Weeks also needs to go soon, so we'll call it there. That is the end of podcast number 111th birthday. That we'll be back next week, maybe, or maybe the week after. We'll have to have a chat with the guys. Those are our predictions, though. If you think they're terrible, keep your fucking opinions to yourself. No, seriously, if you think they're terrible, tell us. Just say, yeah, they're bad. Just
comments are enabled. So,
you can tell us
away.
if you think that they could be better. I know there's some things we say which are nonsensical. That's it. I wish that we could end with the Lord of the Rings music. Because it is our 111th podcast.
A copyright strike.
Without a copyright strike instantly.
Well, tell you what, can we just shout out the Taking the Hobbits to Isengard music instead then?
That's probably going to get a copyright strike as well.
There you go. That's what you get.
That's perfect. Thanks, everyone. We're going to go now. And I'm going to have some dinner. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.